Hello, fam, and welcome to another edition of George's Corner. I'm your host, George Lee Jones. Let's get to it. Today's word is altruism. Definition: a genuine concern for the well-being of others. And that's what I aspire to have a genuine concern for the well-being of others. The story today takes place at about 10 or 11 years ago. There was a gentleman who used to be in the vicinity of the gym I used to work out in. He happened to be homeless, and he was probably late 50s, early 60s. I'd see him periodically and give him some change. We'd have a brief conversation. I'd go in, have my workout, come out, continue with my day. This particular time I went to the gym. I went in, I worked out, but I had a lot of issues going on, and I was really upset about some things that were happening in my life. Financially, maybe a few things that were socially going on in my life that I was not too pleased with. So when I saw him, I didn't give him the cold shoulder or the brush off, but I didn't spend any time with him. I just said, "Hey, how you doing?" He was trying to talk. I said, "You know what? I'm really busy. I have to go. Talk to you later." So do my workout. I leave the gym. Didn't think twice about it. Come back pretty regularly like I normally do with my workouts. And I noticed after about 2 weeks, I hadn't seen him in a while. I said, I wonder what happened to this guy. Anyway, another week or two goes by, and I see him. And I'm in sort of a rush. And I go in, I work out, and as I'm coming out, I say to him, "How have you been? I haven't seen you in like 2 or 3 weeks." He puts his head down a little bit, and he looks up at me, and he smiles. And he says these words: "God is so good." I said, "God is so good. Why'd you say that?" I'm thinking, this guy's homeless. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful every day for my life. But to hear a homeless man say that tweaked my interest. So I had to talk to him further. He says to me that the reason I hadn't seen him was because a day after I saw him, he had a heart attack. The doctors didn't think he was going to make it. And he said that he stayed in the hospital for about 2.5 weeks. Of course, no insurance or anything, so they couldn't let him stay any longer, he said. But he got healthy enough for them to release him. He came back to the area that he normally stays, which is he had a cart or something that he kept in the area. And he just wanted to express to me how good it was to see me, a familiar face. I said, "Wow." And then he says, "Oh, I know your name. Your name's George." He says, "I know I run across lots of people all the time." He says, "But I really like our conversations." And he says, "And when that happened to me, I thought about you." He says, "I won't see my friend for a while, and my friend has no idea that I'm here." And at that moment, I thought, wow, this man thinks of me as his friend. And that really touched me. And when he said again, I said, "So you better?" He says, "Not only am I better, I'm blessed." He says, "God blessed me to see another day." And I said to him, "But you're homeless." He says, "It doesn't matter." He said, "I'd rather still be homeless than dead." He says, "Because being homeless is just a condition, not the state of my mind." He says, "I'm still free. I still breathe. I still can look up at the sun. I can still feel the fresh air blow across my face." And I said, wow. I said, that's a great attitude to have. And I had a few dollars in my pocket, and I gave it to him. And I said, "Hey, I hope that things get even better." And he smiled at me and said, "They will." I got in my car. I'm driving home. And what it made me think about, as a tear was rolling down my cheek rather, I thought about all the things that I complained about over the last few weeks, to not having this, to this and that and the other. But I wake up every morning lying in a bed. I go to sleep every night with the roof over my head. I've never wanted for food or clothing. I have a nice vehicle that I drive. And I felt ashamed. And I immediately pulled over and I said, "God, please forgive me for any thoughts of complaining or dissension with my life." Because his words made me realize how blessed I really am. And how ashamed I was at the same time for even uttering words of complaint, or why does this happen to me, or how come things aren't better. And it just really put things in perspective for me. So I'm saying this to you, for those of you who are out there who are complaining about the little small things in your life, or you consider big things. Consider the small things. Just having food, a place to lay your head. This man has no home. And yet he still found a reason to thank God for his very existence. And that's what I want you to think about. The next time you're complaining about not having the newest Mercedes, living in the nicest neighborhood, or having that lobster and steak dinner, think about that individual who has no shoes, the individual who has no coat in the winter, the individual who has no bed to lay on at night, the individual who has no family and friends to motivate them, to uplift them, to encourage them, heck, to give them a hug. Think about that next time. Anyway, fam, I don't want to make it too deep, as always. It's just a conversation. So, love yourselves, be kind and great to others, and always be learning something new. Until next time, fam, I love you. God bless you all. We'll speak again soon. Take care.